exciting matchup between the Generals of Hamilton-Wenham and the Vikings of Triton. Tonight is senior night. We'd like to welcome the senior parents, 9 seniors on the Triton team. Be calling your name. If you could go to center court and face towards VTV. We'll be recording and broadcasting. First, I'd like to give a special shout out to team manager Dimitri Bolu. Dimitri, stand up, give everyone a wave. We're fortunate to have Dimitri helping out with the team. Our first senior is Travis Overbaugh. Travis is joined by his parents, Tom and Stacy. Travis's message to his parents is thank you for always bringing me to practices and games since I started playing. Round of applause for Travis Overbaugh. Next Viking is Ashton Sametta. Ashton is joined by his parents, Stephen and Abby. Ashton's message is to his parents, thank you for everything you've helped me with. I'll continue to do my best, just like you taught me. Congratulations, Ashton. Next Viking senior is Stone Butler. Stone is joined by his parents, Neil and Liz. Stone says, thank you for all that you do. Next senior is Kyle O'Doy. Kyle is joined by his mom, Hillary. Thank you for all the time and money you put into my career and for always being my #1 supporters. Next senior is Ty Schultz. Ty is joined at center court by his parents Bill and Kim. Ty's message to his parents, thank you for buying me my hoop in 4th grade. Next Viking senior is Alden Lentz. Alden is joined by his parents, Tony and Lee. Thank you for all my games. And support means a lot to me. All of you pushed me to be the best player and person that I could be, and I couldn't thank you enough. Love you. Next Viking is Brendan Dennis. Joining Brendan are his parents, Jeff and Maya. thank you for all your support, especially for driving me to all the practices. Senior Matt Olson. Matt is joined at center court by his parents Mark and Patty. Thank you for supporting me through school and sports. And last but certainly not least, Zachary Leader. Joined by his parents Blake and Karen. Thank you for bringing me and paying for me for all these years. Thanks for all your support. Let's give one more round of applause for the 2021 Triton Vikings. Thank you. We'll continue with the warm-up and start promptly at 5. Good luck to Hamilton-Wenham.
All right, we're good. Fantastic. All right, welcome to Byfield, Massachusetts. You've already been here. You got to see the seniors and the senior night ceremony. I'm Patrick Heffernan. I'm joined by Stephen Leonard here tonight for the Triton Vikings playing against the Hamilton-Wenham Generals. And maybe, Stephen, tell us a little bit about what you know about the team that they're facing tonight and maybe what you've seen from the Triton team so far this season.
Well, we don't really know much about the Generals. I guess it's only their third game.
It's only the third game, right? They're 1-1 so far.
But they're usually pretty tough. They usually have a big boy in the middle. And that's about all I know about them now. I'm trying to see if I remember any of them as younger guys, but can't tell with the mask's on.
That's always a challenge. Yeah, it's a different kind of challenge. And it's amazing, too, that players on our own team, it's hard sometimes to even recognize them with the mask on. It makes a really big difference. But it was nice to see all the seniors honored tonight with their parents. And you heard a little bit about them. We got a little bit more. Talk about Travis Overball for a second. He is not sure what he's going to do after Triton, but his favorite memory from playing basketball at Triton is his junior year going to Merrimack College basketball game with the team. And he's proud of being a part of the basketball program for all 4 years. So you must have known him as a player, right, before?
Yes, Travis, great dribbler, shooter. He can play all positions. Great family. Parents are great. Known him for a long time. And I think he's going to do well. I hope to see him play tonight.
Yeah, I hope to see him. Well, hopefully, I did talk to Coach Schreiner before the game, and he did indicate he was going to try and get playing time for all the seniors. So get to see them all out there at some point. So Ashton Shabetta, so he's probably going to college, wants to do a career in forensics after this. His favorite hobby is watching the Celtics. That's good for a basketball player. And he's been happy to be on the team the whole time and is most proud of being getting through high school so far. Do you know him at all?
I do know Ashton. Great jumps. He can jump out of the gym. Shooting, he's doesn't shoot a lot, but he'll do all the dirty work. Coach gets him in. I guarantee he'll get some rebounds. And sorry about my mask keep falling down, but
that's all right.
I can't talk. But Ashton Scabetta, he's one to watch. I hope he gets some playing time tonight.
That's you need kids like that on a team that are out there just to set picks, get rebounds, hustle up and down the court. I mean, that's a glue player on a team.
He's your man then. He's
excellent.
The only one in.
All right, Zach Liebert. He enjoys playing lacrosse. Undecided what he's going to do after high school, but his favorite team memory is Samards after practice. I don't think they're going to Samards after practice too often now. Sorry, you known Zach Liebert too for a while?
I do know Zach. That's again great parents as well. I know his uncles play basketball, got some height. I think if he puts a couple of pounds on, I think he could really rebound. and I think he's got a great shot from the perimeter. I think that's where he should be.
Gotta love a big man that can shoot from the outside, because that
Yes,
just adds such a threat. Okay, Stone Butler, also a senior. He enjoys golf, basketball, and hiking. He's going to go to Southern New Hampshire University after this for a degree in software engineering. And his favorite memory was playing as a freshman against Manchester Essex. He actually played all 4 years here, one on the freshman team, 2 years JV, and now with the varsity. Do you know Stone as well?
Yep, Stone, he earned his spot here. Let's see if he can get some playing time. I have seen him play on JV and freshman when he was there. Once again, I'll mention the parents. Parents are fabulous. They donate their time, money, everything, food. They just had a spaghetti dinner. I think the Lentzes and Stone's parents both put up a free dinner. It was fabulous for the boys.
Nice.
And I'm looking forward to seeing Stone play.
Excellent. All right, Ty Schultz has been playing basketball since 5th grade. Also plays football, undecided what's coming next. Most accomplishment he's most proud of is being the freshman year MVP. I didn't know they had an MVP for freshman year. His advice to future players is know your role and don't be scared to shoot. And then his favorite memory is Pat the bus driver.
I do not know Pat. Start off with his parents. Wonderful. Great family. They're moving on. Ty Schultz, another kid that can jump out of the gym. I don't think he shoots as much as he said he does, but I wish he would. So if he gets the ball, Ty, I hope you let it rip.
Well, that's what his advice was, to shoot, when you're open. And I know, talking to the girls program that we've spent a couple of games calling the girls games, and their coach's philosophy is the open player shoots. Doesn't matter who you are. If you're open, you got the ball in your hand, shoot. So Matt Olson, another senior, has been playing just for 3 years. Also does track and field, plans on going to college. And his advice is work hard, make sure you have fun.
I think if Matt had wings, he'd fly. He can run. I think the kid can run. Let's get him some playing time and see what he can do. If he can't get, we don't know until we see him.
Absolutely.
Great parents, too. Know his parents as well. Awesome parents.
So then the Lentzes, Alden Lentz, he's been playing basketball since 2nd grade. He plays football, track, and likes working out with his friends, wants to go to college, get a business degree, and hopefully work for a sports team. And his advice, or his favorite memory, is having fun at practices. And his most proud accomplishment is the varsity football captain. You said you've known Alden for a while, yeah?
Oh, yeah, Alden, awesome. I know he's going to succeed. Both his parents, mother's brilliant, school teacher in Pawtucket. Dad has his own business. Alden, give him the playing time, coach. That's what he needs, playing time, and watch this kid play. I think he's one to watch.
And I always like watching natural football players play basketball. There's been a couple over the years whose names, of course, are escaping me because I didn't think ahead on this. But there have been some football players that have just translated that into the way they play basketball. And for Triton, that's just fantastic to have that big physical presence.
Alden will, he's on the football field, he's a little bit very aggressive, fast, and on the basketball court, same thing. But Alden's a football player, man. We love football. Go Alden.
And honestly, there is a role for that rugby style of basketball, no doubt. So, all right, Brendan Dennis, been playing since 4th grade. He is heading to college to become a science teacher after high school. And his favorite memory was junior year. He started his first varsity game, and Triton beat Pentucket, and it was his best game of the season. So I've known Brendan for a long time because I coached his older brother. And again, great parents, great kid. I don't know, do you know him as well?
I don't know him as much. I've seen him play a whole mess, and I remember that game, and he did do great in that game. And anytime you can beat Pentucket, Patrick, I'll take it. I don't care who it is. But
I think I coached Triton youth basketball. I don't know how many seasons, but there's a lot of seasons. I can't remember a win against Pentucket. Yeah. If we had one, it should stand out for me. I can't remember it.
It was pretty wild. We beat them in anything, man. That's one of those. That's our nemesis.
No doubt. All right, so not even Newburyport is less of a nemesis than Pentucket, at least at basketball. All right, so then the last one, Kyle O'Doy, I believe he's a captain on this team. He's been 4 years a starter. He was a 2-time second-team Cal All-Star. He's been the captain for 2 years. Football and baseball, of course, after this. Going to go to college next, not decided where. His favorite team memory is making the tournament. And his advice, of course, is work hard, and work hard.
Kyle O'Doy, our neighbor, known him since he's been born. Family's top notch. What can I say about Kyle that hasn't already been said?
Yeah,
watch him play.
So I will say it is fun to interview Kyle after a game because a lot of players after a game, they're sort of the emotion is still pumping really high and they're really sort of sometimes at a loss for words and sometimes just can't stop talking. Kyle O'Doy is one of those players that after a game is as calm and has as much presence as he does when you see him on the court.
That's
pretty
him.
amazing.
That's him in real life.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to this game, and you know what? We haven't been able to call a boys' game yet this season just because of the way the schedule has gone and the different quarantines and stuff. And now the girls' team is actually on quarantine as well, so it feels like any chance you get to get a game this season, get that game in, because I don't know quite what it's going to end up being by the end of the year. And there are some dominant teams in the Cal, as always, but it's also the kind of year when you can sort of sneak in some good wins because not every team has had a lot of time to practice, and a lot of teams have had long stretches where they haven't been able to practice.
Triton's been pretty lucky so far, Patrick, and I hope it keeps going, but if it happens, it happens. We'll take care of it, and we'll get back to it. But I'm not too familiar. Who's doing well? Is Newburyport doing well?
Newburyport's always doing well. Pentucket's doing okay this year. Hamilton-Wenham, as we mentioned at the start, only has played 2 games prior to this one. They beat North Reading and lost to Newburyport. So for this team, they're still trying to kind of figure themselves out probably. Triton, we know, has got back-to-back overtime losses, which is just brutal. Were you able to watch both of those games?
I did. I watch every game. I'd rather not talk about them. Okay, I want to keep everybody happy with me. I don't want anybody mad at me, but should be 3-1.
Should be 3-1, but that's all right. So we got a chance here to make a statement against these Generals, and
can you excuse me for 1 second?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, talked to Coach Surrender before the game, and he had a chance to talk about what he's looking for out of these players. He's going to try and get as much of the seniors on the court as he can this game, but also needs to make sure that they take advantage of the opportunity that they have here. They've been able to play for a few weeks. Hamilton-Wenham has been on and off because of COVID, so good chance. And honestly, it's a very different atmosphere tonight. As I was saying to Stephen before the game, for the senior girls, we only have one set of parents here because they only have one senior on the team, so it just didn't feel like a crowd. This feels a little bit more like a crowd here tonight, which is good for the players, good for the program, and again, it's a reflection on how strong Triton youth basketball has been over the years. That there are 9 seniors on the varsity team here at Triton.
Well, that's a credit to the coach. He decided to keep all the players, and they all seem to be happy. So. It would be very hard for me to coach this many players, I'm going to be honest with you, and try to keep everybody happy. But, the parents are happy, everybody's happy, and this is the most normal I've seen since March for sports. So
yeah, it's nice, and when we did soccer in the fall, there were moments when we sort of got pretty caught up in it because it was still soccer. It wasn't as much as there were rule changes. And what we found with basketball as well is it looked strange with the masks. You don't have the same kind of crowd. It's a little bit different. The game moves a lot faster because there's just fewer timeouts, to be honest, for whatever reason. So the game goes by a little quicker. The halftime is much shorter. But at the end of the day, it's still basketball, and the fundamentals are still there. The game is still there. You still got to get open and make your shot.
I'm enjoying it. I'm just sorry for fiddling with my mask and everything. I'm being a little bit. And every once in a while, I have to take a quick little break. I hope nobody minds.
Trust me, when the game starts going, you're going to forget about everything else, which is the way it ought to be. This is Coach Surrender's. I think it's his 3rd season, right? 2nd or 3rd
Third.
season.
It was Dave Clay. He turned it over to Surrender, I believe, 3 years ago. This will be his 3rd, I believe.
Yeah. So, and Dave Clay's program, of course, doing well in Newburyport. He was here for a few years. He actually coached my son, both of them.
Dave Clay?
Yeah.
I actually was a Newburyport guy, but you got to give him his props. Actually, this is his 2nd year because it was another gentleman out of Andover, Mass for 1 year after Dave Clay.
Oh, right, yeah.
He didn't work out, but nope, Mr. Surrender seems to be pretty good. I enjoy him. So
I can remember when he was Dave Clay's assistant coach.
That's
and
correct.
And so we'd be sitting up here watching the game, and there would be timeouts, and a credit to both of them. A credit to both Dave Clay, Coach Clay, and Coach Surrender, because it would be a timeout, typically late game situation, and Coach Clay would step back and let Coach Surrender draw up the play, because Coach Clay knew, that was his role, was like come up with that late game play. And there's not a lot of head coaches that would step back and let their assistant coach kind of step in and do that. And I think, and also to Surrender's credit, he knows the game well enough to know, all right, what's the play we're going to draw up to and that's a team. Coach Clay's last season here was, I think, the last time they made the tournament. So,
that's correct. It was the first time in many years
that
they made it. It was it was tough that he left, but we Mr. Surrender now. Let's support our commander-in-chief. That's what we do. But there is a shout-out I want to do to Odie. We call Kyle O'Doy. His nickname is Odie. He has grandparents down in Florida. We got Bernie and Mary. I apologize.
And
yeah, Mary. I apologize.
Yep.
Mary. I actually know them personally. Wonderful people, like I said. But they're watching down in Florida with their, their dad has to go down and visit them, and that's why Mr. O'Doy's not here. And what a great family that is. And we hope Mary and Bernie are going to enjoy the game, and I hope everybody's healthy down there.
Tell you, I don't know if you remember a kid named Will Parsons.
I do. I know Will Parsons.
So Will Parsons' grandparents, when they attended a game, that was one of the moments that I knew was like the most exciting thing, because when Will Parsons' grandparents got excited was when Triton was doing well. So I used to
he brought him to the
always
tournament.
love to see that when Will Parsons' grandparents were at the games.
He did a great job. He's the one who brought him to the tournament. I remember him scoring. Yeah, he was a pure scorer.
Yeah, he was. 1,000-point scorer, I think. So probably the last one here at Triton. So I don't know if we're doing a national anthem or not. It doesn't look like it.
It doesn't look like it.
Roll right into the game. So your starting lineup tonight looks like we got. We definitely have Travis Overbaugh out there.
Oh, we got Alden Lentz. There you go, Coach.
Alden
Good
Lentz.
job. And you got Mr. Liepert.
Brendan Dennis out there as well.
Nice, Brendan. You see, and Travis Overbaugh. That's a different lineup right there, Patrick.
Not the usual starting lineup for Triton. And, of course, no jump ball here in this era. Let's go ahead and get it rolling. So Kyle O'Doy going to bring it up and gets this game started. Looking underneath. Good swing. Chance to shoot.
Let it rip.
It's going to be Brendan Dennis going to take the first shot. Doesn't go. Good no call underneath. A little bit of contact. So Hamilton-Wenham's a big team. They got some big kids out there. 23, I think, is one of their bigger ones. So yeah, the captain. Triton back down the other end with it. Overbaugh trying to direct traffic here. Chance to hit O'Doy coming down the lane. Goes to him, little jump stop and a shot. Not going to go.
I'd like to see Patrick try to free up some guys, some of these shooters. Travis Overbaugh, they got to set a couple screens for him. I think he'll let it rip, because they got a big lineup out there.
Hamilton-Wenham with a pretty basic motion offense. Goes inside. Brendan Dennis a chance to steal. Can't get it. Overbaugh, or over the back on O'Doy, and that's going to go in. O'Doy into Overbaugh. A little bit of pressure now from Hamilton-Wenham. A little sort of a half-court-ish press. Looked like they're trying to trap. No success there, but it looks like it's going to be the first foul of the game on number 5. Ethan Dwyer called for the foul.
So actually, Ethan Dwyer, he's one of my old players from Pop Warner days. I'm glad to see him getting some playing time out there.
Must be a senior by now too, yeah?
Oh no, actually no. I apologize. That's not him. The mass things again.
Brendan Dennis trying to go inside with it. And
there you go.
instead, it's a steal, and then they're going to call a foul there on Hamilton-Wenham. So Zach Liebert on the receiving end of that.
So you got a couple of juniors coming in, Patrick, now. Quentin McHale and Dylan Wilkinson.
So 2 juniors that normally start, I think.
Yep, I believe so. And now you got Ty Schultz coming in.
And you got Overbaugh coming out as well. There's another senior going into the game. Zach Liebert coming out. Wilkinson with the ball now. Going to look to O'Doy on the outside. Going to look to get the ball inside to McHale, Quentin McHale if they can. Instead, it's going to be Overbaugh is going to shoot. Outlets it again. Let it rip again is right. There's the 3. Beautiful.
There you go. Shoot or shoot, Patrick. Shoot or shoot.
Like you said, they just got to get him open and give him a chance to get that up. And once you hit that first one, it's a lot easier to hit the second one. Good drive by Hamilton-Wenham. Good step inside. Kind of crazy passes that finally end up with the drive, and that's not going to go. Good rebound by McHale. Nice little ball fake and another shot. That one's a little bit short. Good pressure in the backcourt. They're going to get the steal. Nice. Overball with a steal. Sends it to Schultz. Schultz looks, finds O'Doy with a little jump stop, and that's going to, in and out. you know, they look good. The shots they're taking are good shots. They're
Yeah,
not
good
crazy
shots.
shots. They're good. They're good looks. They just got to get them to drop.
So we got to pay attention to fouls today. We got O'Doy. We got to make sure he stays out of foul trouble.
So 34, that's Ryan Hutchison for one of the captains for Hamilton-Wenham with a great little spin move. Try to force it inside, doesn't work. He's coming around the other end with it. Slides by Wilkinson, lays it in. And that's a quick 6-3 lead for Hamilton-Wenham. 3 minutes into this game.
Dylan's got to play that one a little tougher instead of standing for the charge. He's got to take that one, try to steal. Sometimes it's good fouls, Patrick.
Yeah, and it's early in the game, too. I mean, you know, it's not like he could possibly be in foul trouble.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's only Hamilton-Wenham that has committed a foul so far. That is a deep three, in and out. 2 teammates on it. Wilkinson comes up with it. He's got Schultz. Still has Schultz. Instead, he drives himself. Take. Really good take by Wilkinson. And again, it's a good shot that doesn't go.
I think he should do that more often and slash.
Triton so far has just been content to play half court. They haven't put any kind of press on Hamilton-Wenham yet. We'll see if that changes. If the score continues like this. Nice little underhanded pass. Hamilton-Wenham, a lot of drive and dish. And with very little time left on the shot clock, he's going to hit it. Is it a 2 or a 3?
Only 2. That was only 2.
Only 2, yeah. I think
that was only 2.
Yeah, they gave him 3. We'll see if they go back and review. They can't go back and do a
maybe Mr. Lathrop can go check that one out.
Booth review on it. Good inside to McHale. He's right on the top of the key. Instead, it's going to be O'Doy with a 3. In and out. Wilkinson fights for the rebound. He's going to get it. And unfortunately, he's going to pass it right to the Hamilton-Wenham kid. Good play underneath. That's too many inside baskets. Triton's got to lock it down a little bit more in the paint. There's a timeout.
That's a good timeout, Patrick. They need that.
And I think, I mean, I don't see any of the coaches going to talk to the ref because the ref who was closest to the call didn't raise his hand to call it a 3, but the ref on the other side of the court did. So it looks like that's going to stand because, of course, there's no booth review in high school basketball here at Triton.
It's under protest.
That's
good under protest.
So last week, Mr. Lathrop let us know that he actually has figured out how to do replay, which frightens me.
Yeah,
things that I typically say, and I don't want to be on the replay, see how wrong I am. So 11-3 now, 5 minutes into this opening quarter, and Triton has had a lot of good looks. They're in the right spot. They're taking good shots. They're not bad rush shots, but they're just not falling. On the other end of the court, it's a lot of scoring in the paint. Wish I had our stats guy, Eric Gundrum, here with us tonight because it'd be nice to know how many of their points have come in the paint. But other than that one contested 3, or protesting 3, the rest of the points have all come in the paint for Hamilton-Wenham, I believe.
So they got number 11 coming in. It's Nick Dupuis. Nick Dupuis been playing for many, many years. He should really help this team right now. He's a little spark.
I could actually remember watching him play when I was still coaching Triton youth basketball. So this kid's been around the program for a long time.
Yeah. It's a good family as well. You got his brother Griffin on the bench right now. His father Joe and mother Janine. I'm sure they're watching.
Some sort of delay here. Not sure what's going on. So Surrender's asking what's going on. Getting the ball into the basket, and here we go. So again, this sort of light half-court pressure. It's like almost like a zone trap thing, forcing Triton to move the ball a little quicker than maybe they wanted to. Wilkinson sets it up on the outside, though. O'Doy again, inside to McHale.
So that's where it's
finds
got to be
O'Doy, and there it is. Good little move. Fantastic.
That's how you break that press. That's how you break it. Guy in the middle.
And that's a good, strong move by Kyle O'Doy. And like we talked about before the game, football players play a different way, and that's taking it strong like that is good for him. That's another deep 3.
We'll take that. We'll take that.
Kid likes those deep 3s. Rebound looked like it went out of bounds. Yeah, went out of bounds. No foul, just stepped out. It's an interesting press because it's not like they're letting him. It's almost like they don't want him to get through that middle section of the court. And that's where the press is coming. And so far, it really hasn't worked that well for Hamilton-Wenham other than to take time off the shot clock. A chance to shoot, and he does.
That's what it's due, Patrick. That's what it does. It makes them rush down their own end. So actually, it's a good strategy. They need to get a couple ball handlers in there.
And Triton, for the first time, puts on a full court press, and immediately Quentin McHale forces a turnover. Kid couldn't handle not a great pass and ended up stepping out of bounds with it.
I think you know he's a football player.
Yes. Good
There you
little
go,
Euro
Dylan.
step by Wilkinson. Doesn't go. McHale with a huge board. Can't get the shot to go, and then they're going to call foul on Wilkinson over the back, I think. Yeah.
Boy, I'd love to see people in the stands, I'll tell you that. How nice is that?
It is nice. Like I said before, it's always fun when the grandparents get to watch the games, especially when they get to be here. But you know, we've had some games where we know there've been people watching from as far away as Colorado to these games, so it's kind of nice. Family members all over can watch these, which is cool. That was a great foul. Talking about a time to give a good foul, that was a time to give a good foul. Unfortunately, I think it's his second. Back to back. So we're going to get Griffin Dupuis in the game. Come in for Wilkinson. Calling it on the
floor.
On the floor. Top again. Let's see if they go for those on. No, they're going to drive the lane again. Good drive, solid drive. Great take by Hamilton-Wenham over 2 Triton defenders, and they get right into their defensive set pretty quick. Odoy has McHale in the center. Steady's got to go out to the side. Nope, he's got Dupuis to McHale.
There it is.
Underneath. Beautiful play. Beautiful block. Oh, not a beautiful block. It's called for the foul instead. So Zach Liebert going to go to the line for Triton. And the third foul now on Hamilton-Wenham. It's early yet, but that's one way to slow down that press is to get the other team in foul trouble, because then you got to back off. So Liebert misses the first.
Oh, then we got another senior coming in. There's Stoney. He's ready to go, I guarantee it. Stone Butler.
Stone Butler will get a few minutes in this game. I've seen almost every senior so far. I haven't seen Matt Olson yet.
Let's make it count now, Stone. You get in there, make it count.
So Liebert misses both of them, and Triton stays stuck at 5 with about 2 minutes left in this first quarter. Hamilton-Wenham content to just swing the ball and shoot, and if you're going to hit threes like that from 2 or 3 steps back, then you might as well be content to swing the ball and shoot.
You got to put a hand in the face on that one, man. You got to let him know you're there.
Inside to Dupuis, Dupuis to McHale. McHale step back 3, and he drains it. Beautiful shot. I was saying earlier we got to get the ball to him inside. Then again, maybe let him shoot from the outside.
I don't know, Patrick. I might not want to say this, but I'm not a big fan of the three-point shot. It's great when it works, but when it doesn't work.
It's such a huge part of the game. So McHale with a good block, and then McHale and I think Liebert there on the trap that ends up sending the ball out of bounds. No foul call. Got to say I like these refs so far. They're letting them play. There's some contact, but they're not calling everything ticky-tack, which is nice.
I agree. Great observation. Awesome.
Pie for Hamilton-Wenham again. Little pick and roll, and it's not going to work. McHale with what's I guess going to be called a steal in the record books.
Stat man, that's a steal.
Odoy could step up and take a 3. Instead, he backs it up, sends it into McHale. McHale tries to push it down, keeps it to Dupuis. Little mid-range jumper is a little bit short.
Maybe Nick should have taken a couple steps maybe on that one.
So 25 for Hamilton-Wenham, wants to drive the lane, doesn't have any success. But ball ends up ending in number 22's hand. So who is 25 for Hamilton-Wenham? That kid just sort of exploded there. One of the starters.
Ronan Connors?
Ronan Connors. Good, strong, confident move to the basket. Got it stripped out of his hands. So Wilkinson going to come back in. After the first is a miss by Hamilton-Wenham. You know, I don't know this for certain. This is just purely anecdotal, just watching what I watch, but I think free throw shooting has probably been, as a percentage, has been way down in basketball. All the high school basketball I've seen this season.
How about the girls?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's just these kids are not getting the same number of reps, the same amount of time in a gym that they normally would have. And you know, if you don't shoot all the time, you're gonna lose things like free throws. So Odoy, they get past the press, but they've only got 18 seconds now on the shot clock. It definitely is working in the sense it's forcing Triton into a different offense.
Come on, Stone, come on.
Stone with a shot. Great play by Wilkinson. Great inside move. Almost looked like an alley-oop. Really well done.
Nice pass by Stone Butler.
Yeah, we'll call that a pass. Absolutely. But also confident, man. The kid didn't wait to shoot, you know. Got on the court, had a chance, took it. And they're going to call that. So Wilkinson made that little sort of shimmy at the last second because he knew the kid was going to get by him.
Is that his third?
That's going to be his third. Wilkinson's going to have to come out pretty soon again because there's just 7.5 seconds left in this first quarter.
You got to get him out of there, Patrick, for now.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's already made an impact. So Triton's third foul as well. They all belong to Wilkinson. Just 6 seconds left, so Adoy's got to do something.
Oh, nice pass.
Beautiful
nice
pass. Oh. And that is the story of the first quarter. Triton has made smart passes, good passes. They've broken the press. They've set up. They got the shot they want, and yet it's in and out. It's not falling, and that's a good sign because if you're taking rushed and bad shots, those never fall. But if you're taking good shots, eventually they start to drop for you.
They got to keep shooting.
So like I said, we had people watching these games from family members as far away as Colorado. We know Mary and Bernie down in Florida. The O'Doys are watching this game. It is amazing too to see afterwards, after these things get posted, to see how many people end up watching them. And I know part of it is I imagine scouts from the other teams watching to see what they can learn.
Yeah, can you usually tell how many views? I know.
Yeah,
that's kind of fun.
Multiple hundreds of the games so far this year, so it's kind of nice. And and the VTV crew has been fantastic these games. It really is amazing. I've got a friend down in family member down in Northern Virginia, school that's about 5 times the size of this one, and they don't have nearly the setup that we have here at Triton. So it's fantastic. VTV has put in the effort and put up the investment that it takes to broadcast these games. And hopefully we get more games this season. This is just value every single one of them.
Yeah, this is awesome, and let's get a perch. Let's get someplace to be able to do this for football too, right? Get a nice. Everything's finished except for that.
So yeah, the football games are a challenge because when we're calling them, we're practically on the sideline, so the view is tough. But we made it work, and we'll keep doing it. I look forward to the football season again this coming fall, or the spring season if it actually happens. 57 people watching the game right now live. That's kind of nice.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
Polish up your resume, Steven. You might have a career at ESPN after this.
Oh man, I hope so. I'm gonna hear it after if I did well. If I did well, nobody will say anything. But if I did bad, I'm gonna hear it.
Yeah. Well, I've heard all sorts of positive and negative after doing this for all these years. So
no, you do a good job, man. I've watched you numerous times.
It's just all good fun. So I'm not sure what's happening now. All right. Something about the masks. Keep your masks up. I'm not sure who noticed something, but it's tough. It does make the game move at a slightly slower pace, but unfortunately, it's equal all the way across.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody has to do it, and I'm guilty too. I'm fiddling with it, so maybe they can keep the cameras off because I'm fiddling.
That's one thing I've learned to do is never worry about when the camera's on or not on.
It's a good advice. So it's new to me, but.
Great move by Hamilton-Wenham. That's going to drop as well. They have scored so many buckets with the exception of, I think, 1 or 2 3-pointers. Everything else has been in the paint for Hamilton-Wenham. O'Doy on the outside swings it to Wilkinson. Swings it all the way over to McHale.
See, Patrick, what I'm saying is they got to set some screens for these shooters. Watch, when he gets the ball, he's all alone.
And Kyle O'Doy knocks down a 3. Pulls him back within 9.
That one was for his grandfather right there. He just gave me the heads up on that one. That was for Bernie.
So Hamilton-Wenham still trying to get the ball into the paint. Instead, they're going to take that long, deep 3. This kid is on fire. He has hit at least 2, maybe 3 from out there to put Hamilton-Wenham up 25-13.
So what does that tell you, Patrick? You got to get a hand on him. You got to get somebody on him.
Overball with a shot. O'Doy the rebound, kicks it out to McHale. Back to O'Doy. He's warm. Let him shoot again. But you're right, give him some help, set his feet
up.
Wilkinson with a corner 3. Doesn't go. And McHale's going to get called for the foul.
If you free up Dylan Wilkinson, I guarantee he's going to hit it. He just needs a little bit of space.
So Griffin Dupuis coming out of the game. And number 34, Matt Olson in the game now. I think it's the first time we've seen him.
Good for Matt.
Ball swings down to number 25.
Matt used to play lacrosse. He stopped playing. We miss him on that sport. But I guess he's a track star, and I don't know if cross country, but I know track.
Oh, beautiful pass. Overball, can't quite finish. And then he gets trapped underneath.
You know what you call that,
Great steal by O'Doy.
Overbar short-handed that one, man.
Yeah, he did. Short-handed that one as well. A lot of contact underneath. Nothing getting called.
I like it. You were right about the refs. I like it a lot.
Another Euro step. Great play by Quinton McHale with a huge block. O'Doy's going to get the ball. And now with a 25-13 lead, Hamilton-Wenham is laid off of that half-court press. We'll see how that stays. Deep three. Doesn't go. Quinton McHale trying to tip it, and they say he's going to get fouled. I think it's 25 blue. 25 on Hamilton-Wenham. A little bit too aggressive coming around Quinton McHale. Wilkinson outside with the ball. Olsen, Overbaugh, O'Doy, and McHale on the court for Triton. Overbaugh swings it to McHale. McHale's got O'Doy inside. He's got to force it up there, and he does. Good, strong move. Won't go. Chaos underneath, and somehow Hamilton-Wenham comes up with a ball. Wilkinson's got to play some defense. O'Doy's back on him.
I got to admit, I do not hate the Generals game right now.
No.
I do not hate it.
Yeah, they're playing well, and they're getting good looks, and they're hitting them. You know, they're hitting those threes, even with a hand in the face. Even the contested three is dropping. So Surrender calls another timeout. And they're making it difficult for Triton because they've scored so many points in the paint, which forces as a defense you got to close down in the paint and not give that up. But then on the other hand, they're hitting those threes now from the outside. So not sure what adjustment he's going to be able to make here.
So you know what they say, what the definition of insanity is, Patrick?
Doing the same thing over and over, yep.
And expecting the same results?
Yeah.
So I'm not being negative, I'm being positive, and we got to maybe do something a little different.
I think on the offensive end, they're getting good passes, they're getting good looks, the ball's not dropping. It's on the defensive end where maybe go back to that full court defense. When they did put that on, Quinton McHale forced a turnover the first time, and I think O'Doy had a steal on the second time that they put in the full court press. So maybe we'll see more of that. It's got to be tough, especially early in the season when conditioning is probably still an issue, and certainly while wearing these masks, to keep up a full court press for an entire quarter. But they got to make some sort of change.
Well, if you got 16 kids on the team, maybe that's the one thing that could help, right? Just run these guys. There's a couple of guys that could run like the wind out there and just let them harass.
So McHale has a seat, and Brendan Dennis in the game now. And Griffin Dupuy, I think, is on the court as well. Or is that still Olsen?
No, Matt Olsen.
That's still Matt Olsen, 34,
yep.
Okay. Overbaugh and Wilkinson bring the ball up. Look for O'Doy. He had Olsen for a second. Brendan Dennis is going to send it back to O'Doy. O'Doy takes one step in, gets fouled, no call.
1, 2, 3, 4 dark blue shirts under the boards, Patrick. 4 dark shirts and no white.
They don't have that big presence out there as much right now, except for Brendan Dennis. He gets a hand on that, and it still goes in. These Hamilton-Wenham players are strong in the paint. Here comes O'Doy looking for help. Swings it to Overbaugh. Finds Brendan Dennis. Big block on a pass on the inside. And then
travel.
That has to be a travel. Nope, no travel, no call all the way around. O'Doy's got Overbaugh with him.
Yeah, he did.
He tries to go lane by himself, and there's Matt Olsen. Oh, rolls off the rim.
That would have been nice.
And again, I like seeing that aggressive shooting. It's the ball in his hand, and he's open, put the ball up.
He did. Both him and Stone Butler, both of them let it rip when they got it.
So we're halfway through the second quarter here. It's going to be a foul on the, they're going to call it in the act of shooting. Looked like it was a little bit before. Foul's on O'Doy though. McHale coming back into the game. Nick Dupuy as well. Matt Olsen takes a seat. Kyle O'Doy gets, I think, maybe the first breather he's had this entire game.
Just want to say good job, Matt Olsen. Good job.
Yeah, played well. Hamilton-Wenham trying to force it inside. No. That's a walk. Yeah, that's a walk. Took a little step, little extra step.
Why can't he say to one of these 10 guys on the bench, go in there and harass, get 3 quick fouls, so what? Take him out, put another one in. Put him in.
Yeah, when you got this many players on the bench, that is definitely one strategy, is to try and get in there and just play that kind of aggressive defense. Overball with the ball. McHale way up top. He hit 1-3 already. Steady sends it into Dupuis.
There it is, right there.
Out to Wilkinson, and Wilkinson misses the corner 3.
I'm going to talk to him about that one. That one was his.
Overball with some great defense. Quentin McHale with a huge stuff. That was one where I think the kid probably thought he was going to try and take the charge. Instead, McHale keeps his feet in the right spot, makes a great block. Dupuis underneath, fighting for it. And somehow Hamilton-Wenham comes up with it again.
Yeah, Brendan Dennis has to hit those, Patrick, right there. That's one he's got to get. Next time he will.
Good defense. That time it doesn't fall. McHale with the board. Looks for Wilkinson. There's Dupuis against Brendan Dennis. Finds Dupuis. Good little move inside. Great block, though, by Hamilton-Wenham. Just didn't have the strength to go up with that a little bit stronger.
You got to create a little space on that one when you're going up with your body. You got to create a little space.
Hamilton-Wenham team is definitely feeling it at 13-30. Good board by Dupuis, though. Come the other way. Let's get another good shot off here. Overball.
All right, set some screens out there, guys.
There's a good screen for Wilkinson, and there's a shot, and that's still not going to go. So Wilkinson's a little bit cold here, and Triton's got to get somebody hot, get some points on this board. 13-30. Good pop and shot by Hamilton-Wenham. Number 5 doesn't go.
How's he get that? 4 white shirts and 1 blue, and he comes up with it, Patrick.
He gets the rebound. Brendan Dennis ends up getting the steal. And Dupuis again bringing it down. There's Overball set up in a nice spot, but he's going to airball it. Brendan Dennis with good pressure. Hamilton-Wenham comes away with it again.
You're a good play-by-play guy. I forgot. I haven't heard you since football season, so I'm going to learn from you.
Oh, football. Oh, football's tough. Football's a hard game to call, I'll tell you that. Hamilton-Wenham can't get the basket. Great defense down the other end, though. And that's a beautiful shot. Fantastic. Nick Dupuis, end to end. That Hamilton-Wenham kid was coming up behind him fast. He had just enough time to make that move and get it in there. So 15-30. Cut the deficit in half here. Let's go. Need some points before the end of this half. Need to go on a good little run. Good steal inside, almost by Triton. Instead, they're going to leave one guy open, and he's going to get that basket. So with 1:10 seconds left to go, Overball to Wilkinson. Almost looked like he wanted to take that shot. Instead, he goes to McHale. McHale's going to take it up strong himself. Great play. Beautiful play by Quentin McHale, taking that ball to the rim. 17-32.
You got to have somebody else score other than just Quentin McHale and Kyle O'Doy, Patrick. It's not going to work with just those two.
Wilkinson's had some. I can't believe that shot went in. Wow. Credit to number 5 on Hamilton-Wenham. Wow. Absolutely. 2 guys right on top of him. He still forced that thing up and in. Now, Wilkinson's had some good open looks. They just haven't fallen yet, but shooters got to keep shooting. McHale, there's Wilkinson again. Hand in his face, knocked down. No call. He's already got 3 fouls on him, so he can't get too aggressive. But that'll work. 16 seconds now to play. Wilkinson with a chance to do something again here. Time running out for Triton. They want to score, make this thing work. Their chance to hit the 3 at the buzzer, and that's going to be just off the back rim. Going to roll out. It's going to be Hamilton-Wenham ball. 1.4 to go. So absent a miracle play, we're going to go into halftime down 17-34. He's going to toss it up. Not a bad shot. Good contest by Quentin McHale. So what I think we've seen so far has just been a Hamilton-Wenham team that's able to score in the paint a little too much at will. And then when they have stepped back outside the three-point line, they're hitting their shots, and Triton is just having a hard time finding the bottom of the bucket right now.
Patrick, you notice there's some good-looking parents over there. I can see. I'm seeing them from over here.
They're not excited, though.
No. Look at, you got Tony Lentz. Look at him up at the top. He's looking good.
It's funny not having the students here as well. I mean, that's one thing we noticed over the years. Triton has had some seasons where they've had just some really outstanding basketball programs and outstanding basketball teams that brings out a big crowd. So I am looking forward to the springtime. Hopefully things will be a little bit different. We can get a crowd back in, not inside, crowds at the softball games and the baseball game and that kind of thing. Because I think it's good for the community too when the students are able to come and see the games and support them.
I couldn't agree with you more. And these kids need it, and the parents need it too. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
they need to get out. And if they can have basketball and hockey indoors in the winter, then they certainly should be able to have something outside in the spring.
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, soccer went really, really well, and I know they had. Some. Just pull your mic up, like right to your. Yeah, there
Thank
you go.
Sorry about that.
I know they. The soccer program went well. Track and field, or track, I guess, cross country in the fall. They're actually doing swimming now, which is good. Virtual meets, but at least they're having it. And then hockey. We should talk about the Triton hockey team, which is off to a fantastic start. They were actually the last game that we were able to call back in the spring was the hockey team playing at UMass Lowell. Yeah,
I was
it's
there.
absolutely fantastic. And so that team has been off to a really hot start, which is great. And I'm not sure if they're doing a tournament or not for hockey, but hopefully it's a chance for Triton to get up on get one of these banners up here for the hockey team for the Cape Ann League.
That's what I said to my kids when we came. They've been here their whole lives. I want one of those banners, at least one. Came close. The lacrosse program a couple of years ago did well. Girls sports did well. The basketball and lacrosse team. My daughter's freshman year, they went to the third round. Lost to, I think, Austin Prep. But I wouldn't mind seeing a nice football or wrestling does fabulous.
Wrestling team has been it's been a real standout, and so has the track team.
That's correct.
Cross country and track have been tremendous, and I think the interesting thing about cross country and track is how much they've drawn athletes from other programs as well. We used to say that that some of the best athletes in the Triton youth basketball ended up being cross country runners or track runners. But that's great. I mean, it's good for the school all the way around. And actually, that's a good point, too, to talk about some of these athletes that are out here. We mentioned Kyle O'Doy and Quentin McHale, both football players, but always love seeing the multi-sport athletes, the three sport athletes. And there's a chance this year to be a four-sport athlete for some of these players if they end up having that sort of winter floating season.
Well, that's a great point. You got, like you said, Alden football and basketball. You got kids down there. Just trying to look. You got Ty Schultz as a football player, really good football player. You got some of these juniors and sophomores as well.
Kale tries to go in with it, instead kicks it out to Wilkinson. Back to O'Doy. O'Doy, good deep three, and that's going to hit. So we're on the board to start things off. That's fantastic. And here's this full court press I was talking about before. Wilkinson almost forces the turnover. Good trap. O'Doy was right there.
Tell me he didn't travel.
Oh, they're going to call the foul on that? Or are they going to call the travel?
Come on, I'm Tommy.
There's
Hansen,
the travel.
Come
there
on.
it is. There it is.
There's a Tommy point. I'm going to give it a Patrick point on that one, man. That's good D.
That was fantastic defense. And actually, you could see that the player was starting to make that pass until he read O'Doy coming all the way up the middle, right into that lane.
I think he traveled about a half an hour before they called it.
Good pass out to Oberbaugh. Has McHale inside.
There it is. You got to go inside. That's how you
back
free
out.
him up.
There's Wilkinson, and that's going to drop. There we go.
That's how you break the press. Just like I told you, right in the middle and then out. You free him up, and that's what he'll do.
So there's 6 quick points for Triton, and then it's down the other end on that football play. Gets the ball to their big guy, number 33. Triton back down the other way fast. Doy's going to drive, try and go up with it. Good strip by Hamilton-Wenham. Credit there. Strong play inside.
See if O'Doy can drive like that and kick it back out. I think that'll help.
Good play underneath. That time it doesn't go, though, for Hamilton-Wenham. Good defense. O'Doy and Overball inside. O'Doy thinking about the three. Doesn't take it. Not a great pass to McHale, who loses it to Hamilton-Wenham. So starting this quarter off, 6-2 run for Triton, but it could be 6-4, and there it is. They are too strong inside. Just too strong inside. O'Doy up top. He's going to drive
kick it
again.
out.
That one's going to be a little short-armed, but he gets it over to McHale. McHale goes back to him. Too much. Too much. Hamilton-Wenham now. With 25, I like that kid's game, to be honest. He just seems to come in and take charge when he gets the ball. Been a good player for Hamilton-Wenham tonight. O'Doy, the deep three. That one's going to be off the front. McHale can't quite pull that rebound in. And Hamilton-Wenham with another bucket. So just like that, they go in the paint, in the paint, in the paint. Triton looking to make something happen here. Deep three is going to be way short. Oh boy. So they're forcing that one, that's for sure. Good hard play there by, is that Ty Schultz? Oh, and they're going to have to call foul on that. Yeah, you got to call foul on that, unfortunately. I would argue the Hamilton-Wenham kid was sort of losing control, losing his balance anyway. But he got a little bit of a bump.
Is that 4 on Wilkinson?
Could be 4 on Wilkinson. O'Doy is the one who actually comes out, though. Hamilton-Wenham looking to go back inside, I imagine, with the success they've been having. And he had number 5. He just didn't turn around in time. Now he's on the outside. That's a super deep three. Kid's going to drive instead. Spin move. Wilkinson tries to get the block.
And he got his rebound.
Doesn't. Gets a rebound.
Boy, oh
boy. Just getting outplayed inside more than anything else. Schultz with the ball. He's going to shoot that nice corner three. A little bit off. McHale boxed out. Couldn't get inside. He was the only one trying to rebound for Triton. Number 33 again driving the lane. 34 with the deep three. That'll miss. 2 Hamilton-Wenham players fighting over the ball. Ends up in 33's hands. Everybody comes in. So absolutely not going to let him score on the inside again.
Well, I hope they give that foul to either 24 or 1, Overbar or Dupuy. Hope they don't give it to Wilkinson.
Not sure who it went on. The Hamilton-Wenham coach calling for a technical. I think that's a little much. I think they were certainly trying to stop him and being aggressive, but I wouldn't call it a technical foul.
Yeah, I'll leave that one alone, too. I'm going to get myself in trouble.
So he hits the first. So Liebert coming back in for Wilkinson, who I don't think hit his 5th because they would have said something, or they would have announced it from the scorers table at least. So instead, 42-23 now. And the second one's not going to go. McHale with a rebound, out to Schultz. Schultz has got overball on the wing. Instead he sends it to McHale again. Griffin Dupuy, I think they're in the game now. Looking for Liebert moving around. Looking for a screen. He's going to drive himself, kick it back out to Overball. Overball, great quick release, and that'll drop. Yeah, get these shooters warmed up. Let's get something happening here. 26-42 now. Good trap. Doesn't quite work, and there's inside, and Hamilton-Wenham player makes a great play but can't come up with it. Griffin Dupuy now bringing it down. Has Overball in the corner. Doesn't get it to him quick enough. Defense collapses. He's going to shoot it himself. That's going to drop.
All right.
So they've got 4 3-pointers in this third quarter alone, which has kind of kept them in the game because it's only a 13-point deficit right now.
Still don't like it. Still don't like it.
You know, if you're Hamilton-Wenham, you got to be a little bit worried because Triton's not going away yet. Despite the way they're playing inside, Hamilton-Wenham still can't stretch that lead out anymore. Good strong drive, good defense. Almost a turnover there. Instead, Dupuy brings it up. He's got Schultz in the corner. He's going to take it himself. Go inside to Liebert. Great take, and that just won't roll. And that's going to roll out. Oh, that's a tough one. As an inside player, you want that ball again and again and again, and that is just painful when it goes out like that. So the refs giving Triton a little bit of time to set up, which is a help.
That's a good job by the senior.
Now that's
22.
That's as close to 5 as it gets. That's going to miss. Oh, but he's going to snag the rebound anyway. Quentin McHale, unfortunately, was standing there watching it. 33 blue with a foul. foul for leaning and falling on top of number 24 for Triton, Dupuis. So with a 13-point lead, Hamilton-Wenham content to just play half-court defense. And they really I haven't seen them sort of single out any Triton player for any extra attention like an O'Doy or McHale. But I imagine that's something some teams try and do.
Another one. Oh, that was nice.
Rolling out. It looked good.
I can't keep my eyes off of his sneakers. He always does that. I think pink last year, green the year before. Talk about grandparents. He's seen his grandparents are going crazy not being able to be here.
Well, hopefully they can watch it. That's what we're here for.
I guarantee you they're watching it. I guarantee you that. Hello to them if they remember who I am. I used to see them at all the games for all the years. So talk about great fans.
And he had an older brother, right?
That's correct, yes. Last year he graduated, I believe.
So good pass inside to Liebert. Can't quite hold on to it, but does manage to at least keep the possession. McHale inside to O'Doy. O'Doy bodied. Finally, they're going to get a call. Blue 22 with a foul. Only the second foul of this quarter, of this half, by Hamilton-Wenham. And actually one of the fourth foul called so far. So they are definitely letting these kids play. So now we got
Ashton Scabetta.
Ashton Scabetta in the game. I think it's the first time he's been in tonight.
Just watch him jump. I bet you he'll get a steal or something. I'll bet you he'll do something.
So Triton's ball now. 45-29. Scabetta down low. They don't find him yet. O'Doy tries to drive, loses the ball. And number 25 released. And Quentin McHale with it's a goaltending. Yeah, it's a goaltending. It's goaltending. That's all right. That's a frustration goaltending too. You can't blame him for that.
I'll take that one. I'll take that one, Quentin.
No, you can't get angry about that. That's just out of frustration. And actually, you know, I like 25's game. Part of it is he released as soon as he saw that there was some chaos and confusion. 25 was down the court. That's good coaching as well. So a little bit of a high pressure from Triton. Doesn't really get him too far. Good defense by McHale, and that's almost a strip steal by O'Doy, and instead it's going to be another point in the paint. Another bucket for Hamilton-Wenham inside. Less than a minute now to go in this third quarter. Like I said before the game, the first half is slow, the second half goes by so fast.
Now that was a lazy pass right there, man. Can't do that. Can't do that.
So they closed it down to 13 points, but Hamilton-Wenham has managed to stretch it out now quite a bit, 29-51. A couple of bad passes and a couple of good made layups by Hamilton-Wenham. Good defense from behind by O'Doy.
I told you to get it. There he is.
Scabetta in the scorebook with a rebound. Like to get him a shot if they can.
Let it rip.
To his hands now. Instead it goes to Overball.
What has he got to lose, right?
Inside. Dupuis to McHale. McHale strong. Doesn't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Then he gets the basket. There you go. That'll make him feel a little bit better.
I like his game. I like Quentin's game.
That ball goes up. That ball is not in. Yeah, he's had a strong game. I mean, him and O'Doy have been the offense for the most part, with the exception of some of the threes that came from Overball. Hopefully we'll see Wilkinson back in the game if he hasn't fouled out. But with a 20-point deficit going into the fourth quarter, again, they got it down to
9, I think. Was it 9?
Either 9 or 11 at one point. So they closed that gap. They just it just opened right back up with too many points in the paint again for Hamilton-Wenham. So they got 8 more minutes to figure this out. It'd be a heck of a comeback if they can close a 20-point gap.
Just get it down to 10. That's your goal. Get it down to 10 and then work from there.
Yeah, and basketball is a game of runs, which is one of those cliches that I hate and it drives me crazy. Drove me crazy as a coach when a player would say it, and it drives me crazy when an announcer say it, and I just said it because you can't help it. You can't help but see it in a game.
It's true. I don't know.
A team just sort of gets some momentum going, and it's amazing. You do see games that are won when one team doesn't score for the last 5 minutes, but or at least doesn't score, anything from the outside or in the paint. It's just free throws. So yeah, Triton though, I mean, with only 2 fouls, they got plenty of fouls to give, so they can play that kind of aggressive defense. They got a deep enough bench that if somebody fouls out, there's somebody else to come in behind them. So we'll see what happens. 8 minutes left.
That's almost like the saying that they have it. I don't know if these kids understand what it is. They don't understand a Larry Bird or a Doug Flutie. They don't get the it. But it's true. It exists.
Yep.
I've seen it.
So to start the fourth, we'll get Brendan Dennis on the floor. And they left Ashton Scabetta out there, along with number 24, Dupuis.
O'Doy, Overbar.
Let's see what happens here. So 20-point gap to close in this fourth quarter. We'll see what happens, too, whether or not Hamilton-Wenham goes deeper into their bench.
There's a good defense on 0 right there.
They tie him up.
Defense.
They tie him up. They call the foul. They call him tied up. No, they call timeout. Hamilton-Wenham coach calls a timeout.
That's a good timeout.
And good defense by Triton. Again, it is weird. So some of these games you're able to hear like every word the coach says,
Yeah.
you know, which can be good and bad. I mean, there are times when you don't necessarily want to hear it, but that's a difference calling these games in this era.
Yeah, when I coached, I used to take my teams all the way over to the corner over there. In football, I would take them.
Right.
I would never stand there, but
Right.
that's okay.
Yep. So here we go. So the Vikings need a lot of stops. Need to definitely clamp down on the paint and hope that Hamilton-Wenham gets a little cold from the outside. I haven't seen, it's harder when you're not tracking every stat, and I haven't seen how much Hamilton-Wenham has used their bench, but I feel like they haven't that much, that it's been primarily their offense, their
I'd
first
say 8.
5, 6, 7 players.
Yeah, at 8 at the most. 8 at the most. I've seen. There's probably 4 or 5 kids over there I haven't seen in the game yet. Well, you can see their shirts are still on, so.
So they gotta put some pressure on them, get them tired. Nobody's in foul trouble really because nobody's been in the bonus yet on either team. So it's a chance to put some real pressure on them, make something happen. Hamilton-Wenham running their same offense they started the game with, trying to bring it inside, swing it out. 5's gonna shoot. That's gonna roll in and out. That's what we gotta see a lot of. If they're gonna take that open 3, then they gotta miss. Over ball. Dupuis. Good little screen by Ashton Scabetta. Good look to Dennis. Dennis with a good shot.
He's got to hit those.
Oh, in and out.
He's got to hit those. That's his shot right there. That's his shot.
Here comes Hamilton-Wenham fast. Still taking 3s.
Oh, boy.
And hitting them. I'll reserve judgment on that, but
Yeah.
never like seeing a team taking 3s when they're up by 20. But that's all right. It's 54 to 31 now. Good strong take. It's not going to go. A lot of contact. Refs are letting them play.
I think the refs are great. I think you made a great point.
They've done a
They're
good
letting
job.
them play. Kept the game under control.
Number 5 gives up a chance to shoot. Number 33 with another 3 attempt. 3 players by Hamilton-Wenham there under the basket. Ball's going to be tipped out. Stay their ball. Wilkinson back in the game, along with number 11, Nick Dupuis.
So I think Ashton Scabetta did well for his time in there.
He did.
I think he did well.
Played a good game. Hamilton-Wenham swinging up ball. Number 5 taking a 3. That one's going to go in and out. O'Doy rustling for it, doesn't get it. Swings it again. Number 5 is going to try and drive this time over Dennis. Doesn't go. O'Doy this time gets the ball clean. Sends it all the way down to Overball. Overball's feet were on the line. It's only a 2. Good rebound by O'Doy, but he puts it up a little too strong. Back out to Hamilton-Wenham. 6 minutes now. Timeout. I think number 5 went in the lane and got hit. He's feeling it. So, chance for Triton. I mean, hey, coach wants to make a sub. Everybody gets to make a sub. Overball getting a little bit of a rest.
That's a tough one, glasses and the mask, so you got to give him props for that one.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm feeling it right now, man.
Amazing, you can see. Good little run by number 33. Doesn't get it to run. Wilkinson's got O'Doy. Kicks it back out. And there's a foul finally. All right. So Nick Dupuis taking a little 10-foot jumper and is going to get fouled and go to the line. This is nice, too, as a coach. You get this little extra sort of free timeout when your player's taking their first free throw.
First one.
A chance to talk to the players. It's kind of good.
There's that free throw shooting from Triton. I don't get it.
But we have, we've seen so few free throws tonight too. I mean, that's the other thing is like there haven't been many fouls called. There haven't been many chances to go to the line. I think this is probably only the 4th or 5th free throw attempt by Triton tonight.
Well, what does that tell you? They're not taking it to the hole, Patrick. Come
That's
on,
part
man.
of it.
They're not
That's
taking it to the
definitely part
hole.
of it, yeah.
3-point shots. I'd love to see the percentage rates of the field goals and 3 points.
So Triton calling now their press defense here. Let's see what they can do, force some turnovers. And there's a good play inside by Dennis. Wilkinson still on the court. He's got to have 4 fouls at this point. Goes in strong, gets blocked,
out of
lands
bounds on
on it,
him.
it's out of bounds. Strong block by 22 on Hamilton-Wenham.
Oh, I think he took one of the Scooby snacks, man.
He is not feeling it. Or not feeling good, I should say.
He'll be all right.
So 5 minutes. So we've gone almost 3 minutes into this 4th quarter, and so far there's been 1 3-pointer by Hamilton-Wenham, and that's the only basket so far. After a good 2nd and 3rd quarter, it's been a little bit stagnant. That's a play inside though for Hamilton-Wenham again, and they're on a 5-0 run to start off this 4th quarter. To McHale, gonna take it himself. Try and go inside to Dupuis. Finds him, swings it to Wilkinson. Not open enough to shoot. There's Dennis with a long 3. It's going to be an air ball. Wilkinson saves it, but unfortunately there were 2 of them going after it for Triton, and they got to get back on defense now.
Did the girls launch up as many three-pointers as
No, not as much. It's a slightly different game. Ooh, nice play, nice defensive play by Hamilton-Wenham. Credit to 14 for that. Almost comes up with a steal. Quentin McHale taking a 3. He's not going to go. Fight for it underneath. Hamilton-Wenham comes away with it. So the 4-minute, halfway through this 4th quarter now, Triton's chances of closing the gap are pretty much gone. But you never know.
Well, you got number 20 coming in, so the game's not over yet.
Ball's up, and it drops. So Hamilton-Wenham with another 3 in this 4th quarter when they started with a 20-point lead. They've taken at least 4 threes tonight. Inside, no call. Hard to understand that one. There was a lot of contact.
Yeah, I think I would have called that one.
So now Jared Leonard coming into the game. Number 22, Ty Schultz coming into the game. Number 15, Alden Lentz coming into the game. Looks like he's going to leave all seniors out there, probably for the rest of this game. Under the 4-minute mark, down 31-59. Have not been able to get a basket in this 4th quarter.
That's a good look right
and
there.
There's Brendan Dennis.
That's offense right there.
It's got to go. Doesn't quite.
He traveled.
Good, excellent defense by Brendan Dennis right there. Forced that play. So Hamilton-Wenham leaving one of their starters out there still.
Well, 25 and 33 still in there.
It's surprising. Maybe it's because it's only the 3rd game of the season. Long 3 doesn't go. Inside. Attempt there by Alden Lentz. Blocked. And here comes Hamilton-Wenham the other way. Corner looks to go inside. Good defense. Good double team. They kick it out.
Nice pass.
They play smart. They play that ball outside in really quick and really good.
That was the extra pass.
Here comes Schultz with the ball, moving it fast. Justin Leonard there is going to take it down the lane, send it back out. Chance to hit a 3. It's up. It's a little bit off. Brendan Dennis fighting inside. Bodied down by number 22. Yeah, honestly, they have most of their starting 5 out there still. It's a little hard to understand at this point in the game. Offensive foul. Number 33 foul out. Maybe he did.
No, I think they're taking him out. They took their starters out now.
And round of applause, I think, from the Triton fans that the Hamilton-Wenham coach has finally woken up and looked at the scoreboard to see it's a 30-point game and there's no point in having his starters out there anymore. A little bit of a cheer from the Triton fans for that. Leonard unfortunately runs into trouble and going to get called for the walk.
So here's some first action for number 14, Patrick. He's a Tate, I believe. He's a sophomore. It's the first time we've seen him in. What a big kid he is.
Yeah, you're right. Big kid in there. Good presence inside, hopefully. Good move inside by number 40 for Hamilton-Wenham. Real strong fundamental play. Here comes Triton, 31-63. They still haven't scored in this quarter. Good shot. Up, won't go. It's going to go out. Hamilton-Wenham ball with 2 minutes to go. So, you know what? On senior night, it's good to see the seniors getting a lot of playing time. That's good. You got to like that. Not the result Triton wanted.
Well.
Certainly not the result Triton wanted. But they played some great games, 2 overtime losses, which shows this team is tough. It can hang. Good move inside by number 14 to get a little bit of that ball. Good presence. Nice pass. Looking inside. There's number 14 with it. Good strong move. Doesn't go. But he gets fouled. He's going to go to the line. So who is this, number 14?
I believe it's
Ethan Tate.
Yep.
All right, Ethan Tate. A chance to get on the board. Actually, a chance to score the first points for Triton in this fourth quarter.
So I think you'll see a lot of him in the future.
Yeah, he's got the height, had that inside presence on the defensive end. And misses his first. Yeah, Triton, I mean, again, back to what we were saying at the beginning of the game, it's the youth program, Triton Youth Basketball has been fantastic these last decade, really, and so it's created a good pipeline of players. They just need to keep it going. So under a minute and a half to play now. Hamilton-Wenham's second team on against a bunch of seniors for Triton. Gonna bring the ball in. Good defense by Triton. Going to wind the clock all the way down to just 10 seconds to shoot. Not letting them have anything inside. Number 14, Ethan Tate with a steal.
All right, relax and give it up. Relax, give it up.
Nope.
Relax and give it up. You did your job.
Keeps it in. Nice job. Nice job by Tate. Now a chance to shoot, and he's going to unleash a 3, and it's going to be a little bit short. Again, no fear in throwing that ball up. You got to like that. Under a minute now. It's one thing that's been nice in the girls and boys program is to see the coaches saying, hey, you're open, shoot. And that's great for Triton basketball. It makes for a much better game. Deep three, Alden a little bit off. That one's going to go out. It's going to be under 40 seconds now. A couple of possessions left here. At least one more for Triton, maybe 2 for Hamilton-Wenham, depending on how they play it. Again, Triton has not yet scored in this fourth quarter. And there's a steal of sorts for Triton. But a pass that goes, unfortunately, out of bounds. Could be Hamilton-Wenham ball again. So you can build on this. A lot of players got minutes, meaningful minutes, and you need that. You need players to know what it feels like to play at this speed. I think that's important. And get a little rivalry going with this Hamilton-Wenham team. It's not so bad. 10 seconds left to play. Triton's ball. They're going to get the last shot. Good strong drive. Blocked. No, he's going to go to the line. That's fantastic. So Jared Leonard's going to get a chance to put Triton on the board in the fourth quarter. And again, good confidence in going to the basket. Didn't hesitate.
Come on, let's hit some free throws.
And there you go. First basket, first point of the fourth quarter for the Triton Vikings comes from Jared Leonard at the line. Hits his first. Let's hit his second. Close this down to a 30-point gap. And I would hope the Hamilton-Wenham coach would tell his players not to shoot. Hits a second. Good for him. Perfect from the line. 6 seconds. Coach doesn't say don't shoot. Yeah, he does. All right. And that's going to be the ball game. 33-63. Tough Triton senior night, but, all the seniors got to get out on the court and play, and that's what they're here to play basketball. As high school varsity athletes, that's what it's all about. So good for them.
That was fun. Thank you for having me. Hope I did all right.
Stephen, yeah, it was a pleasure. It's a lot of fun. We got, hopefully, we haven't done anything like what are the upcoming games and all that, because who knows? Who knows what the upcoming games are going to be when they come here to broadcast them. I want to say a quick thank you, of course, to our crew tonight. So in addition to Bob Lathrop, we had Izzy Oldoni, Camilla Cotter, and Emma Campbell helping us out tonight on the cameras, the Triton Viking VTV crew. So thank you to everybody who's watching. I would say tune in for the next game. I don't know when it is and when or whether we'll be able to call it, but if we can, we will be here. So thank you, Stephen.
Yeah,
Great
that was
job.
fun. Thank you.
And we're out.
Yep. All right, peace out, man. Hot.